Hello, World Tank Blitzers. It's a Littlefinger. Happy October 29th. Yes, it's Friday and the weekend before Halloween, and it's time for the store review. So let's jump right on in this week. Nothing really to talk about as far as pop-up offers go. Um, Certainly want to talk about this El Dia de Muertos bundle here. But first, since this contains gold, I think I need to just spend a minute here talking about gold and asking you guys, since I have not purchased gold straight up in quite some time, do you guys still have this 2-for-1 offer? Which is putting gold at 700 gold per dollar right now. Because if this deal has gone away for you guys, obviously that changed kind of my mindset with what's a good deal, what's not a good deal, and how to buy things in the store. So please leave a comment down below and let me know if you still have these deals here or not. But for my purpose of moving forward, I'm going to assume that you do. And that way we can kind of more evenly discuss these being good deals or not. But, this works out to be an okay deal. It's about 400 gold per dollar, but you're going to get 7 days of premium time plus these 5x boosters, which I realize are very important to people. And that's kind of my other question is, what value do you put on the 5x boosters? Obviously, I think it depends upon where you are in the game. If you're new and you're grinding a lot of tanks, these 5x things are precious, maybe even more so than gold. But I do want to just talk about this order here. To get this background, you have to win 25 battles in 2 days. So that's a lot of playing. But just wanted to point out that's a pretty neat looking background there. And I'm gonna rate this kind of more on the low end of a deal. There's nothing special about it, but it's not a ripoff by any means. So also in this area here, I wanted to talk about the seasonal coins here. We've got the T28 HTC. Quick research is another way here for those of you that want 3x boosters. You get nice 20 of those. So I like seeing that they're putting other things in here. And of course, you can get these seasonal boosters by winning battles in ratings and obviously from tournament play. We've got the FCM 50 ton here. Big tank. It's kind of fun to play, especially in some of these uprising modes and whatnot because of the weight of this tank. It's a good rammer tank. The rest of these we'll talk as we get into the different sections later on below. Resources, okay? So these are interesting because they have different amounts of gold boosters. So on this one here, we've got 30 days of premium, 10,500 gold, and 150 boosters. Now, for me, calculating boosters, I assume that you are a 50% win rate player at tier 10, meaning half of these you're going to lose and only get 10 gold, and the other half you're going to win and you're going to get 20 gold. So that here works out to be 425 gold per dollar here, which again, if gold is 700-ish with the 2x, but only 350 without the 2x, this does work out to be on the low end of a good deal. Interestingly enough, the medium resource resupply here is 440. I guess they didn't quite third these, so you're getting 60 instead of 150, and that makes up the difference. So 440 here. So if you're going to buy one of these resource packs here, the middle one here is your best deal. This one only works out to be 375 gold per dollar. Now we've got a discount now on getting free XP. And it's really not that big of a discount. I think I looked it up. For 10,000 free XP, it's normally 400 gold to make that conversion in the stores. But, you're getting a little bit of a discount. So I don't agree with using converting gold to free XP. Free XP is wonderful because it allows you to upgrade your equipment like the gun and the tracks and the engine without actually having to play the tank. And so it's a good way to, obviously make your tank better without losing battles in it or having to suffer through playing with the lower tier engines, tracks, guns, and all that stuff. So um, I do agree that you should probably earn your free XP by grinding it, and the best way to do that is with a premium account, and going through your 2x bonus tanks every day. So let's get into the tanks. Not a lot of great stuff here. The Jade M4A2E4 here. It does come with the wasted shot attachment, which is this right here. Um, some booster, 7 days of premium, some 5x boosters here. Um, but it's not really a tank that you're gonna play quite frequently. I think the price is right, so it's not a bad deal. Just not a tank you're gonna play a lot. Triple Menace, I believe we talked about this last week. Maybe not. My memory is failing me here. Type 59, the middle tank here, is a wonderful tier 8 medium tank. It's got super armor. You face hug people and they will bounce shots off you all day long. It is a little bit slower, and therefore it is not my favorite tier 8 medium tank, but it is very solid. Probably put it in the upper 1/3 of tier 8 tanks. Now, the 59 patent, it sports all of those American qualities. It's got decent mobility, decent accuracy on the gun, decent armor, and it's just a well-rounded tank. So I would put that tank probably in the middle of the pack. It's certainly not towards the bottom. And then if you want just the scare of your life, you can try driving the Type 64, which can be one shot by so many tanks at tier 6 and tier 7. But it's a wonderfully fast scout type tank, single shot, low damage, but super, super mobile, makes it fun. So I think this is a very interesting bundle. For the price of only 9,500 gold, you are getting three decent tanks, and the Type 59 is a tank that, if you enjoy that playstyle, you will be playing that tank quite frequently, especially for the credit coefficient, and the 5x boosters certainly help. So, I'm going to rate this as a pretty good deal here, but giving the warning that there's probably just one tank that you're going to play quite frequently, where you could buy that by itself here for 6,500. You can see how they're rating these tanks. So the 59 patent only sells for 5,000 versus the 65 for the Type 59. So Wargaming knows this tank is a little bit better. Moving on, we've got the Combat Recon. I know we talked about this last week, just because I find it insane that they're selling the Pudel, which was a free tank, for more than the M4 FL10. So if I had a recommendation here, because I am not a big fan of the Matilda BP, just because it's just too slow, and this, looking at the front turret here, I mean, that is just completely pennable. You can't hide it. It's a slow tank. It's just not fun. So if there's any tank in the store right now that I think you will enjoy, it is the M4 FL10 with a 3-shot active reloading system with 1 second in between shots. So once you have all 3 shells loaded in 2 seconds, you can shoot 3 times, and it's just a really fun little tank for the tier, which is tier 7. So keep that in mind. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this tank. And then finally, we've got the WZ-111, 20,000 gold. I can't say that this is a good deal. I'd rather see this at 15,000 gold. Yes, you're getting 25 5x boosters, so that's quite a bit. But let's see if it... Yeah. So it's a decent heavy tank. If you compare it to some of the other tanks at the tier, like WZ-113, the T95E6, the Chieftain, IS-4, pretty much all of those tanks have a higher win rate. If you look at the Blitz Stars data, 90-day average. And this one, outside of the IS-4, comes in next to last with average damage per game. So do keep that in mind. However, it's not played by nearly as many people, only 719 versus 3,000 for the WZ113 and 7,000 for the Chieftain. So it's not a very popular tank. And Pike Nose, it's I don't know, it's average, and it's not a tank that I play very often. So keep all of that in mind. Premium count information stays pretty much the same. 2,000 gold for 30 days, I think, is one of your best deals here. If you've got the gold and you're ready to commit playing frequently. Don't forget your free containers here to open those when they come available. And we've got the WZ115A in containers here for $12. So you're going to end up with 5,000 gold most likely, because it does have a 20% drop chance. So that's pretty high. But for 5,000 gold for $12, what is that? 416 gold per dollar. Not horrible, but certainly not as good as the 700, which is the 2x times in the store right now. So at least you're going to come away with something if you buy this, and you have a 1 in 5 chance of getting the tank for $12. Now, I do want to talk here quickly about the Defender container, because it has an 8% chance of dropping one of the 4 Defenders. If we look, they're 2% chance each. And there's 15 crates here for $15,000, which is, in my opinion, a very good tier 8 tank, tier 9 tank, or even a very good price tier 10 tank. So, I'd be disappointed if I spent 15,000 gold and managed to pull a tank and got the Defender, the IS-3 Defender. Probably the only tank I wouldn't be disappointed in is the Defender Mark 1. Now, you are going to get, obviously, quite a bit of boosters out of all of this, and probably some free XP. But what I wanted to point out, with 15 containers, 8% drop chance, you've got a 70% chance of getting 1 tank, a 32% chance of getting 2 tanks, and even a 10% chance of getting 3 tanks. So that's 70% to get 1 tank. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about, buying this container, gamble on these containers. Now, I also want to talk about the bad company here. If we look at this here, there's 10 tanks in here with a 5% drop chance. So each one of those has a 0.5% chance. There's some really good tanks in here, obviously. The Annihilator, the Smasher, the Dracula, even put the Helsing in that category. The rest, not so much. So this is $90. That is 45 crates. That is just insane. But I will say this, you have a 90% chance of getting 1 of those tanks, 66% of getting 2, and a 39% chance of getting 3 tanks. So just keep that in mind. That is a lot of money to drop on gambling crates. So the 16 container crates here, which $35 or $20? Which one do you want, guys? Which one do you want? Yeah, I think we'll go with the $20 one here. Gives you a 56% chance of getting 1, 19% chance of getting 2, and a 4% chance of getting 3. And then I think there was another good deal down here. This one here for 15,000 gold. Not that it's a good deal, but the cheapest of all of these. Lowers your chances to 53% for 1, 17 for 2, and 3.6% for 3. So the other thing that I do want to talk about here is this Collect Them All container, which has just about every single premium collector tank in the game with a 0.05% chance of getting each. So the downside to these containers is, you could end up with a tier 10, or you could end up with a tier 6, or you just don't know. And with 3 containers with a 5% drop chance, you have a 14% chance of getting 1 tank, and basically a 0% chance of getting 2 tanks. So just keep that in mind with 3 containers. I'd like you guys to know, what your odds are when you're opening these containers. So that's wrapping up the store. Hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween. And of course, remember to like, subscribe, and get educated, not fingered.